There is no disease. There is a condition. How much arrogant Neumывакин Ivan Pavlovich is that in November of last year, newspaper Arguments and Facts published an article with the title in big letters. If you read it, there is no cancer or AIDS. And it was declared to the entire world. Nobody sued me because I was right. There is no such disease. But the condition of a person is present, since he doesn't know why he is sick. And the doctors don't give a damn. They're only covering your symptoms with medication. If you're in pain, here's the pill, you take it, and you're okay. So they are criminals who are interested in you buying these pills. And here in water, it says that instead of taking this pill, just drink water. I have been getting under the skin of so many in the country that now even doctors say, drink water. But no one yet says what exactly water to drink. It turns out that one needs to drink water only on an empty stomach, 10-15 minutes before the meal, and 1.5 to 2 hours after the meal. But if you, and this is what official medical science is teaching you, drink tea, coffee, compote, or some other liquid with your meal, you will never be healthy. They will turn you into a patient, into a sick person. Have you heard about that? And here in big letters it is written, and when you're drinking no less than 2 liters of water on an empty stomach, you absolutely won't want to drink when eating. Rinse the mouth. Yes, do not drink water during the meal and right after the meal. Chewing well, yes, and you are supposed to know about it. The system artificially created by doctors allows using you as a collateral damage for the pharmaceutical industry, which today operates mostly abroad. In Russia, everything that could be ruined is already ruined. Today, I can congratulate you. The State Duma has made a decision on medical insurance. In Russia, we have 30 million people who do not have any medical insurance and who have no idea what it is. But everything works by the American principle where everybody is insured. Medical insurance provides, firstly, that you can receive treatment for diseases at all levels equally, whether it is a rural area or a city. This is how it works in America. Any European country, Germany, France, England, is the same. Things are done in the same way. In those places, regardless of the illness, a person is treated with the help of computers, imaging, medications, public welfare. What about us? Today, 20,000 medical stations in villages are closed. They're closed because of lack of personnel, because only old women live there. So the stations are closed. Furthermore, they are thinking that if there are schools with not enough students, let us bring them to district centers and teach them there. But we don't have roads. It is not America, it's not Germany, where in 10-15 minutes you can be easily in any district. Now, you, according to this law adopted by those whose bellies are twice as big as their chests, they promise you that you can go to any doctor. If you want Moscow, just go to Moscow. The specialist who treats diseases, go there and he will see you. Listen, you are going to polyclinics. As for me, I don't even look there. For me, the medical industry is no longer existent. But what it is happening there, you can't get there. A good specialist has huge waiting lines of patients, and he may get sick himself. But a doctor doesn't have the right to get sick. How can he be treating hypertension if he suffers from this disease himself? This is nonsense. But they promise you. Moreover, yesterday or today, in Moskovsky Komsomolets newspaper, she gave an interview, although she doesn't have any relation to medicine. The only thing she has is money, and that is all. But she is promising everything under the sun. It is nonsense. Go ahead and try to go, specifically if I tell you that any medicine for you is poison. They are poisoning you. Now all Russia is going nuts because of this hydrogen peroxide. Have you read or heard? Well, it's used for women who want to be blonde. The hydrogen peroxide that is used only externally, but your humble servant suggested to administer it intravenously, to drink it, and also to give it an enema. Today, entire Russia is going nuts. Do you know what Parkinson's disease is? I mean, when a person walks like this, well, it is for the seniors. But take multiple sclerosis, people 18, 20, 25 years of age. These are all disabled people that cannot be cured by doctors. My book cures such people in 2 or 3 months. But this costs just 5 coins per bottle in the pharmacy. On the other side, professors, academicians, medical centers, how many of them? Studies that indicate that such conditions are incurable. They are discharged, so you can either die or continue to shake all your life. I did not write conclusions in this book, but rather people who underwent this treatment are writing here. Well, what does TV do? One TV guy calls and says that his mom got cured from Parkinson's with the help of peroxide. We want to make video of your center. Well, come in. I invited patients, 5, 6 people who were cured and who had been previously abandoned by official medicine and by treating with me became normal. All are old people, 60, 70, 80 years old. So here goes the interview. And it goes to Malisheva. They edited a 1-hour video and it landed in Malisheva's talk show, the one that talks really nice. By the way, I never mentioned the name of the program, and she says, listen, do we have medical institute researching Parkinson's in Moscow? Yes. What about multiple sclerosis? Also, yes. And so it turns out that the whole institute cannot do it, but some Neumывакин with 3 or 4 doctors and 3 or 4 assistants can resolve this problem. So let's play it all around, in a different way. And the off-screen male voice says that I maltreat patients. I murder them. They take a piece of meat, pour 3% peroxide on top, and it sputters and fumes. And the doctor of medicine says, look what this professor of unknown sciences is doing. And they roll it 3 times with 5-10-minute intervals. In 2 or 3 weeks, they repeat the show again. And meanwhile, my wife administers peroxide intravenously to me, and I say, here's my beloved wife injecting me with peroxide, so that tomorrow I'm healthier than today. But this was not seen. So what do we call it? Instead of making this a rule today, throughout all medical practice, to save people from heart attacks, strokes, gangrenes, tropical ulcers, disorders. Just recently we returned from Tataria. They have smart people there, smart leadership. So Rustan, many kind of, I had a pleasure of meeting with such people. One of the towns there is Shimardan. In Shimardan, I didn't even know who Menikanov was, but the leader of the district was Menikanov Rice. So there we organized a center. Patient stays there for 3 weeks. Nobody asks the patient what diseases bring him there, with the exception of insulin-dependent diabetes and 3rd and 4th stages of cancer. With all other diseases, the person comes for 3 weeks without anything and gets treatment. After 3 weeks, a seal is put in the appropriate place and the individual returns home healthy. Well, this Rice Menikanov is the youngest brother. The middle brother was the prime minister, the Menikanov Rustam. Now he is the president, and the older brother is the chief of state traffic patrol. They have all the power, so we just returned from there 4 days ago, together with Ludmila Stepanovna. And there we organized this center, 25-30 beds in the city hospital. It used to be a rundown old building, well, a village building. But because of my interference through these people, now they have a beautiful facility, completely remodeled. Now the issue is raised to replace 25-30 beds with 100-200 beds. and to have a full hospital, the only place of the future medicine in the country. They already have a special TV that broadcasts all over Tatarstan. In Russia, they call me a crook, but in the Republican hospital, doctors made a decision to administer this hydrogen peroxide intravenously. And now they are serving and saving patients who cannot be saved in Russia, and not only in Russia, but abroad. They don't give a damn about Moscow and about peroxide poured on meat, but which then starts to sputter and fume. One needs to know the dose and time, but everybody is afraid to administer it intravenously. So together with Lyudmila Stepanovna, we thought of an idea to administer it via appropriate place on our behind, and the place we sit on, and it drips like an IV. People are doing that themselves, and they get cured. And the place you sit on is the main organ. In one book, I wrote that it is more important than the head. Everything starts from there. When a person comes to us seeking good health, with the help of this thing, I can tell that if this painful area is smaller than 15 centimeters, how soon this person is going to die. And I ask whether I can work with him, and if he wants to live very much, say he needs to have his grandson married, or he needs to deal with some problems, if he wants to switch on everything that he still has, we take him. And the people who had to be dying from the standpoint of official medicine, we have dozens of them. We have brought them back, but you need to have a wish to do it. I don't need it. It is your machine and it is your perception. So if you come to the hospital and they assign you to a disease, and now you are a sick person, the handicapped, you plant negative information that starts to push on you, to depress you. You start making calls and ask who and where is treating this disease. You find professors and doctors. You find the medication used by others to treat the disease. You start getting obsessed, and this thing inside you starts spinning. And although you may not even have anything, but you materialize the thought given to you by this croaker doctor who has never thought that by doing so he does bad things to you. As for the thought, if you want something very much, really want, it will happen. Say it firmly. You don't have anything right now, and it's not a problem. Just work in this, improve, persist. I want, I must, I will have to. Everything will come by itself. This is universal law, and we haven't invented anything new. Lyudmila Stepanovna also participated in this book. It has much of what we debated about, and I put only my name on it. But in general, I am writing books together with Lyudmila Stepanovna. This is the opinion of our experts. Today, in the studio, we have Doctor of Medical Science Ivan Pavlovich Neumывакин. Greetings, Ivan Pavlovich. Good health to you. Tell us, please, when do you think is the organism cleansing needed? The matter is that many people believe that cleansing in spring and fall is enough. But I already said that every day we generate about 1 kilogram, which is almost 2 pounds of substances that we need to discharge. This prescription that is related to low-fat kefir for 1, garlic for 2, and cucumber is a wonderful thing, but one has to keep in mind something. You need 1 or 2 garlic cloves and dice them fine. You need to give it 15-20 minutes for it to connect with oxygen. It develops ferment called avicin. It is a powerful anti-cancer agent and a very powerful antioxidant. You have to use this antioxidant, meaning that you never have to eat the garlic immediately, the diced one. You need to wait for 10-15 minutes. As for tomatoes that we have today, never eat them raw. There are vitamins there. There is vitamin C, everything is there. But it turns out that if you eat it, or rather drink tomato juice, you are not getting anything else but only this vitamin. You need tomato paste that is slightly treated with heat. Slice your tomato and place it on the frying pan and add water. Or in the oven. Just fry it a little bit, and it will produce lycopene, an anti-cancer ferment. This is where the trick is. So tell us, carrots have been used for a long time as anti-tumor and cleansing agent. Yes, you are right. The prescription for eternal use is as follows. Take a glass of carrot juice, okay? 1 glass of beet juice, 1 glass of radish juice, add 1 liter of vodka, and there's 1 glass of juice. Mix all of this in a closed container for 2 or 3 days. You may also add juice of 2 or 3 lemons, and take 1 or 2 tablespoons of the mix on an empty stomach 3 times a day. Within 1 month, a very powerful cleansing will happen. This is number 1. Next, there is an issue with the bowels, but you would need to cleanse liver and kidneys. Just write down the most optimal prescription of cleansing of kidneys and liver at the same time. Take rose hip and crush it finely in a coffee grinder. Take 5 full tablespoons of rose hips and add 3 glasses of boiling water and let it stand overnight to infuse. Filter in the morning. The day before, in the morning and night, you take just 1 little bag of laxative. Magnesia? Yes, magnesia. And add 1 bag to 1 glass of water. Drink half a glass in the morning on Friday and half a glass at night. On Saturday, you start drinking the rose hip infusion. And you need to add 2 tablespoons of sorbit to 1 glass of infusion. This is the vegetable substance that often used by diabetics. Then apply hot water bottle to the liver area for 30 minutes and then rest. In an hour, take another glass, another 30 minutes, and another glass. A powerful cleansing of liver and kidneys will occur. Don't be surprised if next morning you will be discharging excretions that you never saw in your life. Just kidneys and just liver. And keep doing such cleansing once a month. Ivan Pavlov.